you so much, Stunner. Yes, I am joined by Pimp, and we've got ourselves a juicy best of one and a juicy start to the pistol round. My goodness, 4 members of Vitality starting to stack up.
Looks like they want to set the pace from the get-go, Alex.
Slow and steady. As they grouped up initially, now we're going to start seeing the flashes rain in, the smoke towards stairs as well. It's going to obscure the vision of Flamey. But Simple, he's gone unchecked and he's not quite connecting in the same way you'd expect. Fortunately, Mini Simple has done so much more, double from Electronic. And that is the end of the round. Now, interestingly enough, Jacob, I've been doing a bit of reading. You know Natus Vincere means born to win.
Yes, sir.
And you know that Vitality, their hashtag is V for victory.
Yes, sir.
Well, only one of them is truly going to secure the win, and only one of them is going to continue with that beautiful record. Let's not forget a big win for Navi versus G2, Vitality versus Big, looking to go 2-0, 1 best of 3 away.
See, I always knew you were a smart guy, Alex, but that level right there displayed,
I know, right?
That was pretty immense.
Cheers, man.
That pistol round right there from Vitality, I could see what they wanted to do. A basic A execute with the smokes stairs and the smokes towards jungle. Unfortunately, Navi had a great read on it. Simple was in a position to deal with it, so was Electronic, and you saw how quick that went. That was just a meltdown for Navi.
Yeah, Simple.
Okay.
He's only got the USP. It doesn't matter. Still takes the head off of Zai, where he is going to go down, looking to save his bucks for when the rounds get a little more intense, because Flamey's going to keep his hand held and keep mid the same. Electronic keeps control of NBK, late out of Palace, and they're just going to hunt down Zeus. Is going to get himself an extra 600 with the MP9. Navi, a team very much a hot topic at the moment at the major.
Yeah, it's a team that coming into this major, there's a lot of rumors surrounding them, whatever they've prepared well enough, whatever they have actually prepared or not. I think Simple went out in an interview today and said that the reason why they didn't bootcamp was because of the fact that Electronic is about to become a dad, which is a very honorable thing to play into a factor, right?
Yeah, lots of that kind of business.
A lot of dads coming around when the CSGO scene.
Well, of course, interesting in itself. Anders just became a father.
That as well, yeah.
Major of fatherhood. Still, let's focus on the game, because at the moment, it's Vitality's first real shot at finding the round outside of the pistol. Gave this one away for free. Don't forget, Simple has that AWP courtesy of his previous round choice. He even got a frag with it, which enabled that extra nade, which now blinds Alex.
I like the way Vitality is spreading out on the map. They're making a very simple default strat right here, taking mid control, making sure that nothing is going to come their way they didn't want to. Flamey being boosted up right now, that could be the first encounter on the map. And there it is, NDK missing that bullet. That should have been a kill right there, but it wasn't.
Let's see how this one continues to shape up. Zywo, he's trying to apply pressure. See how far he can get with that one. 4 ADR for Zywo at the moment. Apex has managed to get right under the CT's hold of A. He's going to be surprised that there's no one there. Just Electronic back at CT. And that's going to be Electronic's frag, the Org long range. It's exactly what it's designed for. RPK, he's going to make a ruckus. Edward turns his head. I don't think he's even expecting this, but he still responds in kind. 3 versus 3. Vitality, they're not out of this one yet. Bomb starting to scarper towards A, but I think RPK has got a world of hurt coming his way. Zeus finishes him off, but pays a heavy price, down to 5.
That was the kill right there. That could turn around the round. Now Cyro is coming into a position where he wants to clear the CT spawn. He does not know there's a guy to the left. He didn't see him right there. That was quite unfortunate. And he goes down to Flamey, which leaves Alex in a 1 versus 3 scenario. Low HP on Flamey, though. 2 left, Alex.
Yeah, Simple has the health. That's the problem. Zeus is going to be gifted the AWP by Simple. My goodness. Bomb ticking away. Alex. Newest addition to Vitality. Let's not forget that. Happy previously in the roster finds the second. Oh, but that Molotov suddenly becomes useless. Redundant, as does Alex. Simple. Smoke and spray brings the 3rd. And Vitality still yet to get off the starting mark.
Yeah, it feels like he was jumping the bed a little bit too early there. No Simple put on a lot of pressure with that smoke, but he was not necessarily needed to move out of that position straight away. You could see he wanted to Molotov the bomb, but obviously when the smoke goes down, there's nothing you can do with that Molotov. So overall, you know, a good start for Navi. I like the pace coming out of Vitality, you know, trying to make it fast in the pistol round, then slowing it down in the first buy round. But from the looks of it, Navi seems to be in full control. A little bit back and forth here, but that's what's to be expected when you have a limited range of guns, as Navi had here in the first buy round.
Yeah, Alex was certainly given a gift by Zeus there. AWP checking ramp. But Simple just too damn good. Looks relatively simple, but pun not intended. Hard to execute, and now Zeus is about to be pressured on B.
This is going to be interesting, because that is one of the weak points, if you have any, in towards Navi. Zeus and his individual skill, it's often being blamed for not being good enough to hold off, and we'll have to see him in action here now.
Oh, he's got a lot of targets, manages to get NBK and back away. That's important. Now it's all down to Flamey to catch them on the cross. They start to aggress, but already he's scarpered. Just 3 remain. They've got nothing. A Mac-10 from Apex is their best shot, and, well, that's a great shot from Flamey. Finds himself 3, Zeus with 1, and Edward to round things all out. Very comfortable so far from Navi on their CT side.
That was actually quite beautiful played right there by Zeus. As said, a lot of people are arguing that he, as an individual, is just not good enough to be on this level. And I would agree to some extent, but also you see the experience come into play here. Making sure, getting the first kill, falling back, and just playing it as a team game. He does not need the frags to be happy. He does not need to get the frags on the board and get the ADR down to feel happy. He just wants to win. And that's a great showcase of how you can be a great team player, not necessarily the best fragger, right there by Zeus.
That tag, that conversation has been following Zeus wherever he goes for years now, and yet he's still here. He's still at the major. He's still in the Legends stage.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot of misplaced arguments going against him, right? One thing is not being a heavy fragger as an in-game leader, but I feel you should be judged by how you elevate the players around you if you are the in-game leader. He has had Simple on his team. Obviously, that's a big help, but if he's able to elevate him to the level that we're seeing him on today, then I think he can take credit in that too.
I think a big part of that conversation stopped when he joined Gambit and won a major with them. Of course, lots of caveats there, but that's a beefy amount of damage already done to ZywOo, so much so he's finished off by Flamey. Wow, already taking the star out of the sky from Vitality in their 5th round. ZywOo gone. Alex, yes, he gets Flamey. That's the latest trade. But he's only down to 12 now, and oh my god, Simple bangs him through the box. Problems everywhere for Vitality, and there's still over 80 seconds of play.
It's such a fast pace right now. Like, no matter what Vitality is doing, Navi is just heads up fighting them. And I like that from Navi. I like them coming out of the gates, making sure to go for the fights initially, and don't give Vitality any space to create their own game.
Was that a double HE to ZywOo, though? Because he was down to 80.
Yes.
Double HE top mid.
It sucks, doesn't it?
Wow. Just really hamstrings Vitality's round right off the start. Early CT aggression, and now they hit the brakes.
Exactly, and they have to. There's no need for Navi to be aggressive. There's no need for them to peek anywhere. They can just sit comfortably back and wait for Vitality to come to them. And given the nade situation right now on Vitality, they only have 2 Molotovs and 1 smoke. There's no flash to do a pop flash. There's no active play they can do to get an advantage and get one of those Navi players down. So it's going to be up to the individuals of RPK and NBK to see if they can claim their way back into this round. And given the position from the Navi players right now, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, and doing this drive with the Augs as well makes that long range so difficult to overcome. Looking to cross and try and get that bomb down. This is positive, though. Electronic, he is going to go over the smoke, but pays a price. Bomb's not down, 10 seconds, it's over. Simple will finish things off with the 2nd frag of the round with the AWP. We've got ourselves Navi on 5. Vitality. It was a very convincing win for our analysts versus Big Clan. Now we find ourselves back on Mirage, but yet to get off the starting mark. Money tight.
And this is where we get to see the 2nd layer of Vitality. We've seen them try to go for the mid control, try to take charge of the map, but we've also seen that Navi can deal with that. Flamey in particular here, going for the duels both in underground and top middle, making sure they don't get any control to do their own game style. So in that regard, we have to see whatever Vitality has another layer of them, and in the playbook, can they go for some set executes and maybe throw Navi off guard?
Charging middle again. Navi's nades are ready for them. RPK catches the brunt of it, and Simple's going to finish that job. Lovely work. Looking towards Palace now to try and catch the lurk. They seem to have a fantastic read of how Vitality are approaching this.
Yeah, it just seems a little bit too easy, doesn't it? Now, Alex getting in with a deagle right here, that opens up a little bit of space for the Vitality guys. That said, though, only pistols against the Orcs. It's a tough situation to be in, Alex. There's not a lot of space you can create around them.
Oh my god, I'm laughing because I could see Simple's reaction to that death. It's when you're holding Palace and you get shot from Connector, you're like, guys?
Yeah.
Guys? Thought you had me there.
I think we all experience that in matchmaking once in a while.
Oh, for sure. Usually it's my job and I'm like, I'm smoked window. What do you want me to do? Anyway, nice work again. The Deagle's working for Vitality. NBK gets another one. My goodness, you said you want to see a new level. This is it. Vitality, they're taking it in turns. There's only 1 man left. Flamey, he has been great. 10 frags in 6 rounds of play. And that's going to end, of course it is. Apex, spectacular late round play with the Desert Eagle. Alex started it, NBK continued it, and Apex closed it.
And that was just beautiful by Vitality. No strategical aspects coming into this round. It's all about the deagles, all about the individual skill, all about hitting those shots. Obviously, Simple a little bit unhappy about being shot right there, and I think we get to see it now. Yeah, he wasn't aware that he wasn't being held. That said, though, it requires a lot of skill for Apex and Alex to finish those shots. So good start here for Vitality, or at least a good round for them to get inside the game. Now, again, let's see if they have a different layer to the game plan, because I don't like the fact they want to take middle all the time.
Of course he does.
Doesn't matter, though. Simple is all over the place.
Just simple things. Previously finding first blood in middle. This time he's in Palace. A royal welcome for MBK.
It's such a frustrating way for Vitality to start the rounds. 2 buy rounds now. They're starting out 5 versus 4 within the first 10-15 seconds.
That's a good point, because it was ZywOo, right?
Yeah.
He got caught in mid. Now NBK's gone. They're having to play from a deficit within the first 15-20 seconds of play.
And it's such a tough position to be in, especially on a map like Mirage. You need map control. You need to gain control over a certain area so you can make a game plan based off the control you have. And right now, Vitality, all they have is B-apps, and rightfully so, they can't really use that for much.
And just as they arrive, so does the smoke. They might choose to be in front of it. Yes, they have. Zeus knows that, though. Forced back by the Molotov. Gets the angle. Electronic will finish what Zeus started. Here we go. Zeus going to be challenged now. Alex finds the frag. They need to find more than that, though, because Electronic, well, he was on site past 10. ZywOo's made sure of that with the AWP. Quiet so far from ZywOo. Through the flames, Edward. He's looking to have the element of surprise. I don't think he's still got that. Still takes Alex out of the equation. Numbers favor Navi now. ZywOo, you have to show us a little bit of that gameplay we know you're capable of. It's only going to be 1. I don't think that's enough. It's out. He's gone. And the defuse is soon to follow. Navi finds 6.
That could have gone Vitality's way. That went down to a 3 versus 3 scenario. Edward being very ballsy, pushing through the Molotov right there. I wouldn't necessarily have done that had it been me playing. That said, though, he was able to survive with 12 HP and get that ever so vital frag. And not only that, the key of the round was that he was able to stay alive after that frag. He waited for his teammates, and then they retake the B bomb site. Beautiful play by Navi, whereas for Vitality, once again, not really capitalizing off the small chances they get. Given the fact it was a 4 versus 5 situation, they did well getting into the B bomb site. They just couldn't close it out.
So many surprises so far, from the Challenger to the Legends, and, well, it's up to you to be the judge of whether this one surprises you or not. How much did you believe the stories Zeus was selling us?
It's a good question, isn't it? I'm starting to doubt myself, because I was actually convinced that it was...
You were?
I was convinced it was Navi not coming into this tournament being fully prepared. That said, though, it may have been Poker. I said that from the get-go as well. He may be the best Poker Counter-Strike player we have.
Yeah, he's certainly... Him and his team certainly looking fantastic at the moment. RPK then trying to draw some utility out of the CTs here. But they have Flamey set up. They don't have to invest too much. Yes, sure, a Molotov. But that's it so far. ZywOo, so open. He's counting on his aim alone there.
And this is the first time we get to see Vitality gain some map control, get a first pick, and then re-rotate. 5 versus 4 situation now. It's going to be vital for them to capitalize of this. They cannot allow this round not to go further.
Finally, they get the first pick.
Exactly.
Let's see if they can convert it. Already, the first man on the scene will be NBK. He's been very common in Palace. Simple knows that with his ridiculous pushes earlier. 47 seconds they start to gather. The CTs are so detached. Simple, though, ready to receive. He's looking and ready for this AWP duel. The flash comes in. He tries to pre-fire it. ZywOo's not gone down, though, and now he stands. They have to peek back into ZywOo. In the meantime, Electronic, he knows RPK's on site. Starts to go wide. Alex isn't ready, but ZywOo is. 1 for 1. And Alex, he's going to catch Simple with the flames. He was trying to just play on the edge of it, but it spread. And now, Zeus is dead, just Flamey. He's out of here. He's going to scavenge that AWP, and he's going to keep hold of it. And you said, Jacob, they had to finally find their first pick without the trade. They do so, and they convert.
That got scary for a second, though, when he started to plan towards the connector area. I have no idea why he opted to go for that plant. You had Simple going down in CT spawn. You have Electronic going down towards the firebox. You must have known by that CT spawn is clear. So why would you plan towards the one area that hasn't been cleared, where you actually could die, which was the staircases? That was very close for Navi to actually put a spin into the wheel for Vitality. That said, though, they were able to capitalize. They were able to get the first pick. And once again, it is ZywOo. And we talked about it, and they talked about it on the desk as well. This guy, he's the next big thing, Alex.
Well, that's what everyone's been saying. And finally, some gameplay to back it up. 3 frags in the round. Get to see some spectacular work from him, hopefully, as this game does progress. It is Simple versus ZywOo at the major. You know, this is his first major for ZywOo, and you don't get much more of a tall task of your first 2 games. G2 for, excuse me, that was Navi. Big, now into Navi. That's Certainly a trial by fire.
That's what we all have been waiting for, right? Because we do know Saivu's level against these tier 2, tier 3 second level opposition, but we haven't seen him play against the very best on lane, and now we finally get to see that. And what a start for him as well, being very impactful with the AVP, lurking around and making sure that he gives his teams the best possibility of winning the rounds. Now, I did the liberty of doing a little bit of stats research before this game, and I was looking into it. The opening duels from Saivu, he wins 65% of those, whereas if you compare them to Simple, he wins 64.5%. So they're almost equal in that sense. They're going for a lot of opening duels, and they're winning a lot of the opening duels both. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get to see those two go head-to-head in an opening duel, and I think that's going to be a big catalyst for whoever wins this game.
Speaking of catalyst, check Flamey out, 150 ADR. I'm almost second-guessing whether that's right, but the kills back it up. Of course, around 9, so pinch of salt needed. We're jumping into our 9th round right about now. Money really hamstrung as they stack. Look at this from Navi. They are just grouping and hoping, hedging their bets, but with aggression. I assume we might be a rotating order if they continue.
And I love it. They're being very proactive, right? They know they're in a situation where the utility and the guns are not with them. Saivu missing and a big opening right here. RPK getting it though, and they're slowing down Vitality, not reacting. I like this. Even though the B bomb side is clear, there's no way Vitality knows that. So they're just slowing down and making sure not to get caught off guard. I like this from Vitality. Once again, getting the opening pick and then slowing the pace down.
Of course, those of you watching at home, it can be hard not to shout at the monitor to go B. En français, I assume. But
it's definitely the right decision.
The restraint makes you happy.
Yeah, definitely. Like a lot of players would opt to go for the fast B, and that would be a big risk because they have no idea, knowing whatever there is, 1 or 2 guys defending that bomb site. So the fact that they're slowing it all down and playing it safe, I like that from Vitality. It's showing a lot of resistance from those easy get-goes.
Navi hasn't budged, and Edward is starting to aggress towards that window smoke. He might have the element of surprise here. Only has the CZ. And NBK, he's surely cognizant that the fact that this has been left open. Challenge from Flamey. Will he expect the other one? No, he won't, but still adjusts. Electronic punished. And this should be the end of that. Simple's making sure it's difficult. But Edward, too tall of a task for him. Alex will find him towards window. And we have ourselves a game, folks. 3-6. Vitality are fully on the board and in control. Saving 3 weapons. Plenty of money in the bank. We got ourselves a game.
What looks so easy for Navi in the beginning, getting up 5-0 now, looks super, super rough for them. 6-3, as you said, no money at all. They'll have to go into the next one with an eco. And once again, Vitality, I'm gonna praise them where they deserve to be praised. Not going for that B-rush after getting the opening kill. That was a smart decision. They may walked into an A-stack right there, but they were able to deal with it because they're playing off each other and with each other. A lot of trade fact potential, and in general, just a very composed team right now. So in that regard, kudos to Vitality. It seems to me like they're growing as a team during this tournament.
Navi's buy, though, it was shoddy and poorly implemented. Of course, Vitality did not walk into their trap they set. Now it's just going to be an eco. Vitality, I mean, when I look at that roster, it's such a question mark for me. I can see a world where Apex is walking into sites, NBK's calling the shots and working harder than he ever has before. Zaiwu and Alex, this young up-and-coming talent. It does have... There's a world in which that recipe does taste delicious.
I definitely agree, especially considering you have one of the youngest and biggest prospects in terms of star power in Saivu. You need that catalyst behind you. Obviously, Apex, NBK, RPK for that matter, they have a lot of experience. They know how to do it. Let's see how this one pans out. There was Saivu getting the first frag, and Simple is left by his own. Getting 1, getting 2!
You can't! Simple, he's already taken 2. He's getting pressured from everywhere, though. That should be the end of it, but he's making things awkward, and enough for Flamey to find another. Now 2 versus 2, but they've got nothing. USPs, they've been on the site this whole time while all this action was transpiring, and Alex quick to adjust to the head of Electronic. That's the end of that story, but look how costly it is. This is why you have Simple on your team, because you can make a nothing round a something round. Incredible work again with the Deagle.
It's just impressive, and he does it again and again and again, doesn't he? He's so good with the Deagle. He's so good at making those impact plays and giving his teammates a chance to clutch out the rounds. I was actually trying to apply the same logic towards Vitality and Saivu. When you have a player like Simple or like Saivu, you can always turn around rounds that you shouldn't be winning, and that is such a big thing to have for your team, because not a lot of teams have a player that is outstandingly good at that level.
I can't stand Simple in his Deagle plays, because every time I watch it, it just looks easy. Then I try and have a go and start YouTubing for Deagle tutorials.
There's nothing worse than being on the receiving end of a Deagle like Simple's.
Yeah, devastating. $700. worthwhile investment, certainly in the hands of Simple.
I mean, it's fair to say that he's probably better with the Deagle than a lot of players are with the AK-47 that is also getting paid a lot of money to play this game. So there's something to be said about Simple and his Deagle.
Certainly is. Maybe his AUG too. Nades coming out from Vitality. The smoke needs to bloom before they peek, and it does. Re-aims there, but so is Flamey. And he's going to mow down too. That's huge. Zywoo, it's a late trade, and it's a costly one. Once again, Vitality having to work with less.
That's the one thing that hasn't been going for Vitality so far. The mid control. They haven't seemed to be able to get it without sacrificing the player too long. We see NDK waking up alone. He knows he has to do that because they're down a man right now. That's why you see him play so much more aggressive than he normally does. Electronic puts him down. Zeus at B control. There's nothing Vitality really can do here.
Yeah, Zeus pushing for info at exactly the right moment. Means the CTs can turn their attention to middle. Look at this. In fact, he's actually going to be challenging RPK if he's not too careful. He won't be expecting this. Oh, Willie catches a glimpse of Zeus. Pops back out to say hello.
That's such a silly mistake by Zeus. There's no reason to push.
And now RPK down below. He's gone. Simple shuts him down with the AUG, and that's another round for Navi. 7-4. CT side of Mirage. Absolutely still a game in hand.
Definitely. A very important round for Navi, again, to establish some presence on the map, not letting Vitality feel they can walk all over them. And again, as I said, the mid control is the one part where Vitality have been struggling. When Navi is aggressing middle, when Navi is fighting for mid control, Vitality doesn't seem to have the answer right now. Despite some smokes, despite some Molotovs, Flamey finds ways to get the kill. Simple is a factor. And it's coming to a point where if I were Vitality, I would just leave the mid control up. I wouldn't go for it anymore.
They continue to contest, at least with the Molotov. And the bomb? They're
It's a
going.
much faster pace
They're
now.
charging. This is it. Little bit of a quicker one from the French. Smoke's going to be helping to obscure their vision. Flamey going to have to come up with a different option if he wants to help middle. Molotov, that will keep them out of connector, or at least I say that. I'm not sure it will, because Apex is doing Apex things. He finds himself just... You probably smell him.
Oh.
There it is. That's the frag. Apex with the Galil catches Flamey. Now, Simple looking to challenge, finds one. He's surely not expecting a second in stairs. Can't flick in time, and Apex punishes. Now Electronic, it's all on you. He's not in CT this time, and he manages to get just one. Alex is there. Numbers favor Vitality. And this is just chaos. Will they be able to get that bomb down uncontested? I don't know if Zeus is going to be able to do anything about that. Edward, in the meantime, did take down RPK, but scarpers away with his AK. He wants to keep hold of that one. We've got ourselves Vitality on 5, Navi 7. As we continue a best of one, a reminder, this is a winner's game. Winner of which will be just one game away. One best of 3, admittedly.
I like the fact that Vitality is changing up the pace this time around. We did talk about them not being able to secure mid-control, but this time around they went for it fast. They went in, as you said, charging towards the mid-control. And Apex, as beautiful as you said it, did Apex things. Sometimes you just don't know what he's doing. He's just that wild card of a player, and he's so hard to play against when he does that.
But for newer players tuning in, Jacob, as a professional player, I have to ask, pushing through a smoke doesn't often work out in your favor, does it?
It doesn't often work out unless you have that sixth sense for it. There's a few players like Flusher, like Glaive, Apex for that matter. They have that sixth sense for when to do it. Simple as well for that matter. There's just players out there who knows when it's a good timing and when it's a bad timing. And that's why it frustrates you to see less skilled players who don't have that ability trying to copy them and trying to do the same thing, because it's a skill that can't really be taught. It's either a skill you have and you can then control it and make use of it, or you don't, and in that regard you should just not do it. Okay,
perhaps not taught, but I do think it can develop. I do think just gaining intuition comes with gaming, and there's no one that's done more of it than Simple. My goodness, I saw his hours the other day. The guy grinds.
That's the thing, there's so few of those players, right? When you have so many players and so few being able to do it. Now Electronic, he's about to see a lot of action here towards the A-bomb side. He doesn't even have control over it, and I think now he has to be flushed out.
He's already up. This is the downside of Navi's hold. They put Electronic so far back. Admittedly, this is on one of those weird Navi buys. We've got ourselves the rifles on Edward and Simple. Just the pistols for the rest, and the bomb's going to be a freebie. No challenge. 2, though, in CT. Pressure in middle first. NBK manages to relieve that. Zeus gone. And now they start the pincer. The CTs do manage to find one in middle, but quickly, bit of big exchange in the meantime. My goodness, it's all happening in middle. RPK, who did find Simple, and just Flamey remains. He's going to be once again backing away, an all too familiar sight.
Once again, Vitality having a clear idea of what they want to do. I like, again, the pace being brought towards the A-bomb side. They know that Navi is low on money, and that's why they charge in with some set smokes and just some heads-up Counter-Strike play. They just walked up towards the A-bomb side and just flushed out Electronic with the Molotovs.
I mean, if Electronic hasn't got an organ CT, it makes pushing, crossing ramp a whole lot safer.
It sure does.
Just a 5-7 from him. Sidearm not quite as effective in that circumstance.
Great opening for Vitality. I cannot sit here and not be impressed by them. I think the fact that we're able to see a Vitality go toe-to-toe with Navi, who is by no means, I would say, playing bad right now. I think the individuals are shining. Simple having some impact with the AWP. You have Flamey also being very impactful with the rifle. Yet Vitality is still able to find openings into this matchup. And now Saivu once again coming in with the AWP. See if he can find something for him. There's a Molotov blocking his view, but it's not too bad for him.
Flamey's the only one with the rifle, and he's taking it aggressive.
He has to.
He's holding a very aggressive angle. I don't think his teammates can keep him safe from ramp for long, and that is a horrible way to go. Electronic, he's being cooked alive. It's RPK, Chef RPK, cooking it up real quick, and that's Electronic down, as is the round, as we're going to be watching this one from a distance. Get your goggles on. And it's still a 5v2. There we go. Simple. He's going to be taken out of this one by NBK, and we've got ourselves a dead even. 7-7. Vitality, this is their most played map. Navi have kind of gifted them this. Admittedly, Navi, it's their most successful over the last 3 months, so both comfortable here. And I think the scoreline and the gameplay is showing it.
Yeah, and I think that's what gives me so much praise for the Vitality guys, that they're able to go toe-to-toe against Navi on a map that we do Navi is known to be good on. As said, I do not think Navi's necessarily playing a bad game. I just think they're facing a team right now who has a lot of confidence in the way they play. They have the individual pieces to make it able to work. And also, again, having Saivu, having RPK, having Apex, pretty much everyone right now stepping up and playing to a decent level. It's tough for Navi to deal with.
It certainly is. Casting your eyes on the scoreboard for a moment, you can see some quiet performances from some of the French. Just 5 for NBK so far. Waiting to see more from him, but that's not stopped his team from fragging. 12 for Alex. Do note, that's not Zaiwu at the top of the score, but it is their newest addition. Criticized at times, it's his decision-making. There's no doubt he can frag, but can he make the choice when the pressure is on? And there's absolutely pressure on here at the IEM Katowice 2019 Major.
Just to add some context to the score, what you were talking about as well, Zeus currently sitting on 3 frags and 10 death. It's not that he hasn't been playing bad, I would say. It's just that he hasn't been in the center of action. The times they went B, he's been playing it just fine, and the rest of the rounds, it's been all about middle, it's been all about A side, so he hasn't really been able to get into the game. So, once again, Zeus not really showing up on the scoreboard, but it's not necessarily his fault.
So I was going to challenge Electronic here. It's unlikely Electronic's taking an active peek. There's the flash, and he starts to go wide. Electronic backs away immediately. A Pavlovian response to being flashed from the angle. And RPK, he's in. The tank starting to get that engine running. My goodness, he gets tagged up, fragged up. Apex takes Electronic out, and now Simple. He's Molotoved into a corner as his teammates start to frag. Zeus starting to catch one on the rotate. 5th frag of the game, once again through middle. This is going to be all the frags from Zeus on the rotate, pressure from middle, and now with the bomb down, Vitality start to recede.
And look at this, Saivu's going for the big flank right now. You can see it in the left side of your screen. He's going back actually because he knows the bomb is not planted for him. This is going to be a retake scenario.
Oh, that's a good challenge from Simple, but RPK's better. Takes the shot, and already Zaiwu's given up. Palace not sure why.
No.
He could be punished for that. He certainly is, because now Alex has gone as his RPK. Why? You're taking the fight. You are the contingency, right? You are the backup plan.
That was a weird fight to take from Saivu, especially considering the circumstances.
Great
Bomb
shots.
was running out. There was great shots, obviously, from Navi, allowing them to win the round. But had Saivu just stayed alive and being the guy who could trade frag instead of going for the initial duel, I would have guessed that Vitality would have won that. Wow. That round excluded, though. 8 rounds for Navi. Not bad at all.
Not bad at all. I hope you're having as much fun as we are. Navi, Vitality, hard hits all over the shop. We'll see who can close it out after this. A fantastic game of Counter-Strike being played in 2 streams. That's right, Navi versus Vitality is being brought to you by myself, Machine, and Pimp. And a quick B-stream update. I cast a glimpse, Jacob, over at the scoreboard, and Renegades are 1 round away from Kassad versus YNK. My goodness, it is ex-teammates, brothers in arms against each other, both from the coaching seat. And that is going down on Inferno. This is going down on Mirage, and we are into it. So lots of fun, of course, if you're interested in the B stream as well. Everyone's got 2 screens. It's 2019. Pop it up. It is ESL_CSGO B. That's the 2nd letter in the alphabet, not the buzzing yellow jacket.
You are not wrong about that at all, Alex. We see Navi heading towards the B bomb side. They have 1 flash on Zeus, and that's it. So it's going to be an explosive play towards B, and it's going to be all about RPK. And the other dude, actually 2 other dudes towards the B bomb side from Vitality. They're setting up and getting ready for this right now. Apex and Alex are both hiding in RPK. Is heading as the bait.
Little bit of Danish K there as we got the charge, and already Navi, they've taken so much damage. What on earth is going on? Alex, his patience surely rewarded. He's missing the shots. He can't find Simple, and his patience not necessarily rewarded because a full clip of USP finally finds the end of Simple, but surely the end of the round as well. Navi have the numbers, but they are tagged. NBK is gifted a couple of 1v1s. He might find the 8th, but a likely 9th for Navi. Here on the pistol. Starts his aggression, they're not choosing to plant, and they get that fight. 2 players in search of NBK, and they find him. We got ourselves a lead for Navi.
And that's what I like to call a missed opportunity from Vitality right there. They're stacked 3 guys towards the B bomb side. I couldn't think of a better setup, actually, to deal with what Navi came with. They just weren't able to connect the shots. Both Apex and RPK were not able to get the shots down, Alex, for that matter, as well. A little bit of an unfortunate situation for Vitality, because once again, I feel they have a great read on the game. They're just not able to execute and actually get the headshots needed to win the rounds.
Some of these new knives, man, they take me by surprise. Flamey's just whipped out a butter knife as ZywOo backed out a window, bullets and smokes causing his retreat.
You can see the money right now from Vitality. They opted to buy up a little bit. They're not going for the full buy, but for a calculated force buy, as we call it within Counter-Strike terms. So you leave a little money in the bank, which means that if you do lose this round, you can have 1 eco and still buy decently enough for the next round.
Let's find out. ZywOo, he's going to be given an opportunity there, and a bit of a warning shot rattled off, perhaps hoping to force the T back, and indeed it does. Goodbye, Electronic. Starts to walk away, perhaps trying to fake the sound though, because he's starting to re-aggress. In the meantime, Apex, he's going to be smoked off. Huge Navi presence in middle. Electronic, he wants to try and find these freebies, and that's 1. RPK might go in there. Second, he runs out of bullets and runs out of HP. RPK will get himself an important kill on that B lurk, but Simple is starting quite the aggressive maneuver. He's going to be coming behind them. I don't think the CTs have outlined this as a gap in their defense. Because in the meantime, Edward pushed up on short. So aggressive from Navi to start off their T side. Simple. Oh my goodness, RBK didn't see that one. Neither did NBK. They're getting eliminated from behind. And Simple, he's got him in his sights. He knows where he is. Charging towards Apex's location, but with some restraint. You see that, hits the brakes. He knows he's between a rock and a hard place, and it is simply a matter of time.
There we go. Edward takes down Apex. Once again, I feel Navi is playing it perfectly fine, making sure not to take any calculated risk. You could say Electronic and BX should have gone for the second fight, but then again, had he wanted, the round would have been over, so you can't really blame him for that. Simple once again showing why he's such a good player as well. In these anti-eco situations, often people blame him for being hunting for the frags. I often think to myself that he's actually making space to his teammates. As you saw right here, just the fact that he make that move and get into that position, that's solely winning the round, no matter what happens, no matter how many guys the other guys are going to take down. Sure. Simple is in a position to win the round. So, yeah, maybe involve a little bit of risk, but once again, Simple showing why he's considered the best player in the world, also in eco situations.
Yeah, that was just destructive. So quick through mid, through A, through jungle, out to CT spawn. AK no less. It's a risky maneuver. Biggest investment going so aggressive, but Simple this time has opted for the SMG.
With great risk comes great reward, and I think Simple is a player that can handle it.
There's no doubt about it. 19 frags to his name so far. Just the pistols for Vitality. And it's time to see what they can do once they get, you know, the money in their side of things. The CT has definitely had a bit of a lenience here so far in Katowice. The AUG, I was about to call it the AUG. The AUG an influential factor. We can't wait to see exactly what these guys can do.
Now we got a taste of it against Big in the first matchup where they won on Mirage as well. The CT side was not that fluent. It was very messy. It was coming down to a lot of clutch situations which they weren't able to capitalize off. I think Vitality won 16-13 despite losing 6 or 7 clutches in that game. So they were really a dominant force to be reckoned with on Mirage, but weren't able to close it down as we see Zeus making sure that Navi gets this as easy as possible. You don't want to lose too many guns. That said though, Apex getting another kill right here.
His Deagle has been so strong. Almost single-handedly winning a round prior with it, but...
And I guess that was the best outcome you could hope for Vitality. A full eco round, getting 2 players down from Navi, that's fine. You put a little bit of pressure on the money, but not too much. And now, as you said, we get to see the first full buy round for Vitality. The Orcs are coming into this play. 4 Orcs and 1 AVP on Saivu. This is going to be interesting to see, and especially how they want to approach this round. Are they going to do it aggressive? Are they going to wait for Navi to make the move? It's always, you know, a little bit of a chess game within that first buy round. How are we going to approach it? Are we going to do aggressive stuff? Are we just going to lay back and wait for the opponents to come?
So a bit quick coming out from Navi, at least it looks like it's starting to posture towards middle. Zaiwu flash, not going to get in the first time, second time the charm. And so middle covered. No one has his underpass though. And there they come. Electronic, Zeus, starting to take a stroll through the underground rug store. Probably not a great business model.
Nah, I wouldn't say so.
And Zaiwu now, he's going to hear something. A step. A pin pulled from a nade, anything to trigger him onto the fact that there is a player directly beneath him.
Look at his confidence from Saivu.
Spotted. Surely there'll be something coming out from Zeus and Electronic. Even a resmoke, but no, he backs away. Safe to fight another day. 60 seconds left on this day, and now Alex, a bit late to cover the top mid. Gap through the smoke helps him, but my goodness, they've boosted Electronic.
That's going
Apex,
to be a vital...
he must check this.
Exactly.
Nice trade. Alex went down. We got ourselves a 4v4.
Seems like they're setting up for this B execute now, Navi. You have one guy towards the B bomb side, another guy about to rotate in. That's Apex, as you can see, walking through the kitchen. I think they have a decent read of it, and we'll have to see whether they can cope with it. A Molotov is going down. They're trying to slow down the pace here. It's coming in now.
Oh, that's a lot of nades. A lot of nades. RPK's forced away. Molotov's can do enough, and the smoke, actually, that's interesting. That's a defensive smoke from the CTs, forcing some close quarter exchanges. You can't get them from a distance. You have to leave apps. Come to us, they say. And RPK does more than that. Double kill. Apex is there as well. And this round dissolves in front of Navi. RPK spectacular on the defense there, giving Zeus a lesson in the B-hold.
And that was beautiful. You said it, you saw it yourself. That defensive smoke coming in from Apex, I believe it was absolutely beautiful displayed. Right there, that gives RPK opportunity to move around, make sure he stays alive, and wait for the teammates to come in, to retake the bomb site, and that's exactly what happened. Also getting the kills, fighting with his teammate. There's nothing Navi really could have done in that situation, despite maybe trying to enter the bomb site a little bit faster. They were slow out of the B bomb site, but again, when you put down a smoke like that, you often throw out your opponents off.
I swear I don't see that very often.
No, and it's weird, right? Because it's so effective, yeah. Actually, Happy, who used to be part of this team, was very good at doing so. That was one of his signature moves as an individual.
The underhand.
The underhand smoke in front of yourself, and that's why many players dislike playing against him, but also many teammates dislike playing with him, because he was often seen as a little bit of a bait, just smoking for himself instead of for his teammates.
Well, that was a perfect smoke, because all of that T presence in apps just became null and void. Leave, fight us here. And Vitality get a much needed round, give the team just another breath of life.
That's the thing, you can see on the money on both sides right now, there's not a lot left in the bank, which means whoever wins this one is putting himself in a good position.
I worry for Alex there, look, if he just... Okay, I think an accidental dismount from Electronic may even save his life.
I think you're right about that. Again, a classic approach by Navi right here. Very slow, very methodical, making sure to take control, not risking anything before they're ready for a go. Now Flamey is about to see action right here. It looks like a ace play.
Oh, NBK. Surprised he's still breathing. Flamey, usually that's a freebie. Couldn't find him once the smoke plumed, but Electronic just walks into the site. Quick trade from Apex. He has to worry about ramp, and he does so. Re-smokes, but Zeus is there. They weren't expecting a second. Alex, he's supposed to be keeping control of middle, but Edward's hunting him down now. How was Connector so vulnerable? They just walk up. That was the first 2 deaths of the CTs. It's not like there was supposed to be a gap.
No, that was a little bit weird. They had a guy towards CT spawn, making sure that nobody was boosted inside the window. I think they're a little bit scared about that, as we see Saimu hitting a nice shot here. The bomb is not gone down yet.
9 seconds.
Oh.
Just across, and now he goes down. A cruel twist of fate for Zaiwu. If he'd held his nerve a little longer, could have caught Flamey with the bomb cross, but now it's down, and now Alex soon to be 2. Near impossible at this juncture. He does have nades.
Yeah, I think there's a chance for him just saving this one, see if he can do some economical damage towards the Navi side.
A molly,
clutching this one, yeah. Trying for it, but at this point, he should just save it. There's no way he can get 2 kills, and that's exactly what it does. As you said, you know, a little bit questionable play by Vitality right here. I do not know why they left connection that open, especially considering the setup they had towards the A-bomb side. I was about to applaud them for not using the smokes early on the A-bomb side. You saw how NBK put down a smoke late towards ramp, and Apex also had one while he was going down. That could have been vital for them, but the problem was, as you said, connector was open, so they were getting sandwiched. And if there's one thing you don't want to be within Counter-Strike, especially on a map like Mirage, that's being caught in a sandwich. It is so tough to deal with.
Talking from personal experience, Jacob.
Yes, sir. I tried it many times.
I'm sure you did. Still, looks like we're going to be seeing a tactical timeout called by the French. Seems like a good opportunity. Take stock. I mean, look at the money. It's distributed so off. What's your call here, Jacob? The timeout's been called. You're holding down tab and you're looking at that money. What's NBK? What's the coach saying here?
I'm saying that I go for a buy. Alex was able to say an AUG and he can drop a weapon. And at that point, you have Apex at 5,400 and you have NBK on 4,200. So you can do a decent buy coming into this one. And at this point, you're down 12-8. I haven't seen enough that gives me hope in Vitality's ability to win buy rounds. So if I were them, I'll just buy up here and go for the win. And as you can see on your screen right now, that's exactly what they opted to do. They have 1 M4, 1 FAMAS, 2 AUGs, and a Deagle on NBK. That's a decent buy, but they need to make something out of it. I would go for something aggressive. See if you can go in and disrupt Navi's play right now. They've been giving a lot of space to do whatever they want, and I'm not sure I like that approach by Vitality.
Let's find out how far this gets them then. It's cobbled together. It's a little scrappy. Just a Deagle for NBK, a FAMAS for RPK. And Zaiwu, this is ambitious. Where's the support?
This is what I want to see, though. Some aggressiveness coming.
Alex in short, he has to keep him safe. That's 1. And now from behind, Electronic strikes just in the nick of time, just as Zaiwu's angle was going to pay dividends. From behind, Electronic strikes and the round starts to unravel.
And you can see how much split-second decision it means in Counter-Strike right there. Had Zaiwu just not hesitated for that 1 second and went for the duel towards top middle, there was a great chance he could have killed both of the guys in top middle. He may have been refragged from underground, but that would have put Vitality in a great position to win the round. Now instead, he was hesitating a little bit. He was not going for a duel either of the sides, and that ended up killing him and the team's chances of winning the round.
But has that killed the match? I mean, this is going to be what, 13? We're looking at 14 if they... Unless Navi do something crazy. Unless, I mean, Alex and RPK, let's be honest, the round isn't over, but it pretty much is. They're just going to be saving those rifles. So what, 13? Awkward buy, 14. Vitality are running out of chances here, Jacob.
They're running out of chances, and again, it's the lack of being able to establish an economy on the CT side that is hindering them right here. Obviously, they did a decent T side. They got 7 rounds, weren't able to convert and win the pistol round. And at that point, you get into a position where it's just tough to deal with. When you're constantly being money screwed, to say it right out, it's tough to deal with for Vitality, especially when you're facing Navi that is playing such a slow-paced Counter-Strike style. What I wanted to see was some aggressive plays for Vitality, not letting Navi play their style, sort of like putting pressure towards Navi as well, and we just haven't seen that yet. The one time they tried was this round, and again, Zaiwu just missed the timing by a little margin.
Yeah, and just, I took an opportunity during that little bit of downtime during the save from the CTs to take a look at that B stream. I told you about the Renegades phase game. Yeah, we have a conclusion. Cover your ears if you don't want a spoiler, if you want to watch that VOD, but Renegades have triumphed over FaZe Clan. If my eyes do not deceive me, that is a huge result. Renegades beating FaZe, and not only that, they're 2-0 in the Legend stage.
That's very impressive. I do know Renegades were playing at a high level during the minor and also during the first stage of the major here, but them being able to beat FaZe Clan, that's impressive.
Yeah, that's a 30 frags or 27. Anyway, back to the one in hand. We have a very limited CT buy. Look at this, just the saved weapons and maybe even a treat of a Deagle for Apex.
Yeah, And what you want to do at this point is exactly what Vitality is doing. You're stacking up towards the side, hoping you can pressure Navi into an uncomfortable situation. Problem is, Navi's not biting on it. flamie making sure to clear that area. And again, Navi's playing such a slow and very methodical way of Counter-Strike that it's hard for the Vitality guys to pressure them into uncomfortable situations. I really do like, and I really am impressed by the composure shown by Navi in this matchup so far. It really does look like that they have prepared for this tournament.
Yeah.
And not as all these rumors were saying that they weren't.
Well, certainly so far so good for Navi. A winner's game and 30-8 in the lead against a very shoddy buy from the CTs. I need to stop calling it a buy, of course. Just the scavenged weapons and saved from the round prior. Electronic, he's going to start his ascent through Connector, and Zywu just wide. Perfect from Electronic. Edward on the other side of the map punishes Alex in ladder. MBK not long for this world either, and this is just too comfortable. They're going bowling and just knocking them down pin by pin. Apex does have himself an AK, no armor, and that's another for Navi. Simple secures it. 14 now. When do Vitality get back into this game? What are their options here?
It has to be now. It has to be right now in this certain round. You can see on the money on your screen, especially on the left, that they're sort of limited. They can buy the orcs, they can buy the armor, but the utility is not going to be with them. So again, I would urge Vitality to go for something aggressive. You need to disrupt Navi's gameplay. They're playing so slow, they're playing so methodical, they're giving all the space in the world to work out from. And when you give Navi all that control, it's becoming rough for them to do anything. You can see on the face of Apex as well, he's a little bit left wondering, what can we do here, boys? And again, as I said, you have guys like Apex, you have Zywu, very aggressive types of players. If you ever were to disrupt Navi, try to do something aggressive. Put pressure towards B bomb side. Push B apps maybe. Put pressure towards A, make a play down towards slope, or go inside A apps and simply go for a heads-up duel and see if you can gain some of that map control that could disrupt the way Navi is playing right now. Because if Navi is just allowed to spread out on the map, play as slow as they were just doing, it's going to be super tough for Vitality to do anything for them to stop it.
Right, Jacob, I'm no body language expert, but those cameras on Vitality were not brimming with confidence.
No.
Apex looking relatively disheveled after what has been a dominant second half from Navi. Kept things level on the first.
It's fun that you say it, because I remember when I was playing professionally myself, you know, playing against Navi, it often felt like all the confidence you had was just being drained out of your body when you were playing them. So slow, so methodical. You're always left in a position where you felt, I can't do anything on my own. And that's so annoying to play against.
So Navi are the Counter-Strike warlocks, just draining your life slowly but surely.
If you want to get nerdy about it, then sure thing, Alex.
Yep. Looking to farm some soul shards for the raid tonight. Anyway, Navi. They are just 2 rounds away from being so very comfortable. Could be their second win, 1 away from the next stage of competition. Simple started things. It's Simple onto Zywu. We knew it would happen. And he even tagged him. Close. But not close enough, Edward. Catches RPK, and now Apex on the reaggress. This could be huge. That's the bomb loose. Alex and Apex, both the A's, are doing damage. And another one from Apex. Surely not. I think this is going to be perfect. 4 from him in quick succession. If ever there was a time to step up, it was right there from Apex. He needed to do that, and he does.
That was absolutely beautiful done by Apex. A great individual performance right here coming out of the Frenchman. That round was, again, perfectly played by Navi. They spread out, they took control, they're winning the duels. But then again, the one thing they didn't take into account was Apex. He did not want to lose that one, and he did perfectly fine in this one. I do not know why Electronic was not facing towards him. That said, though,
what a shot to
shot towards connection right there. That was beautiful. The awareness, knowing Simple was inside the A apps as well. Apex giving them another lifeline right here.
Oh, no bullets, no problem. My goodness, you can even hear that low sound for the last 2 kills. The last 2. Outrageous. Okay. Apex came to play. Still an MP9 and a FAMAS, and they won the round. It's testament to how brutal Navi have been on their T side.
Now, this I like to see from Navi, a set A piece, changing up the pace, not taking that mid control, not playing the Navi slow style. This is going to be a much faster execute than we've seen so far. They're currently getting inside the positions. They're ready with the smokes. The guy is leaning up towards A apps as well, making sure he can burst out whenever the smokes comes in. This could be the round that decides the game, Alex. I'm not sure Vitality is ready to handle this.
It's going to be a question of precision for this execute. So much responsibility currently put on NBK. Apex is there to support, but from afar, here comes the close quarters. Edward, the first test. NBK passes, but goes wide with low HP, and flamie's willing to trade on Tetris. Maybe a boost, trying to get Zywo into position to catch the cross, and it's enough! Oh, just narrowly misses the shoulder of Flamey. Has to worry about middle too. Alex, that's an important frag. Bomb now loose. Zeus? Does he have to pick up that bomb? It's so open. The smoke's dissipated. This is problematic. Numbers do favor Vitality, and RPK's ensured that, but it's all on Zeus. He doesn't have the bullets, does now. Fresh mag. Alex and RPK, either side, two angles, no way. Zeus looking for the 1 versus 3. He jumps, and so close. Happy screams from Vitality. They needed that. You said it determines the rest of this game, and it certainly is a step in the right direction. Vitality, just by the skin of their teeth, find 10.
They're still in the game, Alex. Again, a great defense from Vitality. RPK coming in with 2 crucial frags right there. Again, you saw Navi setting up that A-go. It was very slow. It happened, I think, 50 seconds into the round, but nobody from Vitality had any map control. They didn't push mid. They didn't push B-apps. They had no idea what was going on. All they basically did was just watching middle, and that's a problem for Vitality, I feel, right now. They're not feeling confident enough to go for those fights in middle. We don't see any flanks coming in from any of the players. They're playing too scared. They're playing too backhold, and again, they were winning this round, but I don't think they can keep doing that. They need to be more progressive. They need to be more aggressive and take charge of the game. Otherwise, I'm afraid Navi's going to run away with it.
It's quite the mountain to overcome. Margin for error deleted by Navi's previous ventures. 14 then to 10. So you can take a quick look at the scoreboard, actually. Let's see who's standing out. Flamey and Simple, no surprise. Win conditions, truly, for Navi. It's often 3 at the tip of your tongue at the desk, Jacob. Electronic, Simple, Flamey, and believe it or not, the list reads as such.
Zywo having a rough showing here, and I'm a little bit surprised by that, actually, because he has been playing well throughout the first stage of the major, and also coming into the first game today, he was being very impactful. Now, he hasn't been able to find that impact today. That said, though, the game is not over, and I have seen him make comebacks, especially during the first stage of the major. I believe Vitality was down against Greyhound 13-2 at one point, and all of a sudden he turned up and dropped a 40 bomb and made sure that they would win that game. So, it's not a guy that can't come back from a difficult start.
Admittedly, Greyhound and Natus Vincere, different kettles of fish. Let's see if Zywo can find form when he needs to. Vitality, of course, let's not forget, it was such a journey for them to even be here. Vitality, 4 open qualifiers, they get it on the 4th.
Yeah.
Open qualifier to minor, to challenger, to where they stand now, legends, with 1 win under their belt.
It's not a bad showing at all. I think already now they can be proud of the progress they made as a team.
Bad smoke. What's that?
I have no idea. Neither do I have an idea of what Navi is doing right now. Simple on an SMG. You have Edward, Electronic, Flamey, all having a pistol. And then Zeus with the AK. Again, if you have the AK, you got to take charge. You got to be the guy who's the aggressive part of the team and making sure you get that opening. And that's Zeus' jobs right now. He's coming off a slope all by himself with an AK. Question is, can he do it?
NVK's AUG. Tiger style. And already finds 1. It's going to be problematic unless Apex closes it out, and he does, and we're all good in the hood. Edward trying to apply some pressure, but that's gone wrong. And we have ourselves a well-converted anti-eco. I say that, Electronic, what a shot.
Yeah, I do find myself wondering sometimes why Zeus is the one with the AK. In this particular situation, you have a guy like Flamey who's having a great game. You have Symbol obviously on the team as well. You want to give the AK to one of those. They can be aggressive. They can be proactive. They can do the work needed to open up the match. Zeus, no offense, but that's not your role within the team. Your role is to set them up for success and not necessarily gain the success yourself. So in that aspect, yeah, sometimes you can question the bias coming out of Navi, and I think a lot of people have been doing that recently as well.
And they certainly have. And Navi, well, they've listened to you, Jacob. The AK in the hands of Simple and Flamey. Exactly what Dr. Pimp ordered.
Yeah,
Dr. Pimp, that would be an unfortunate name if you were a
That would be a horrible name, Alex. But why are they buying here? Why is Navi once again putting in money into this round? They're leading 14-9, I believe it was, before Vitality won 2 rounds in a row. And now, again, they find themselves in a situation where all they have is Simple with an AK and Flamey with an AK. And the money is not good either. You can see Edward is at $4,000. It seems to me like they right now are not communicating at all.
What happened here? My goodness, Jacob, you're not wrong. It's hard to make sense of, but perhaps Navi will do that for us on either ends of the map. 2 AKs stand to apply pressure to Vitality. Molotovs being deployed. In fact, that was the very last one from the CTs. They will not be able to keep them at bay with Flame for the next 60.
It must be a mistake. It's so unnecessary to do that. So I can't come to believe that that's a calculated risk by Navi. It must have been miscommunication. That said, though, the round is by no means won by Vitality. This could go wrong for them still.
Yeah, bite your tongue, because full mid control given for what seems like free. Apex might have something to say about that, starting to hold the window boost. That's his job, that's his responsibility. Not visible to ladder until, well, he walks away. Change of plan. It's not wrong to be looking towards connector, though. Keep your eyes on those AKs. One's just been taken from Simple. Great shot from Zywoo. Flamey's lost the AK2. The first 2 deaths are the spearhead of the assault, but it's still working. Electronic. Zeus with the CZ, and now pressure at mounting. 19 seconds, it's the clock that's applying the most pressure, not even the CTs. Vitality, they have to stop that plant, they do. RPK from long downtown. That's not an expression. We still see the tag though. Zywoo cuts Zeus down to size with 7 seconds left. He has to plant it, and I think Alex has done enough. 4 seconds, he's got time. Surely not the stab, it's Alex to finish it. Vitality are fully in this game.
They're definitely inside the game, and I think it's at the fault of Navi right now. They're allowing them to climb way back in the game. Obviously, Apex with that round, that was a very key moment in this game. Had he lost that one, it would have been over. Now it's 14-12. Navi taking a timeout, and that is a good moment to do it, because Alex, that buy we just saw right there, that was super, super odd, and that was misplaced. It must have been miscommunication. It must have been a mistake.
I mean, if it paid off, we'd shrug it off, right? It didn't, and it's clearly going to be felt throughout the rest of this game. Navi, their buy now is not going to be terrible. Admittedly, the low price of the AK does put another one in the palms of Zeus, one would assume.
Yeah, it's just a weird situation, isn't it? Instead of just having one round where you don't buy up, you simply just wait around and give the round to Vitality, but then you maximize your chances of winning the following round by having all the money in the world to buy utility. You have a Galil right now. You have 2 Galils actually in play, one on Flamey and one on Edward. This is not good for Navi. This is a big mistake, and this is haunting them.
I have to actually revisit Alex. He's still at the top of the scoreboard. Top of the scoreboard in the first half, sure, but delivering in the second as well alongside Apex and RPK. A lot of people questioning whether this first major pressure would get to him. But he is cool as a cucumber against the opponent that Jacob described as feeling like they're draining the life from you. It's Navi, it's Vitality, and it's Edward charging towards middle. He makes his whereabouts known though. Galil spray into the smoke. It's one of the loudest guns, I swear, but Zywoo, there he is. That's the form we were looking for. Solid connection. Edward just as he enters the smoke.
5 versus 3 situation from Navi right here. It's going to be super tough for them to do anything about this. Simple being fully aware that he's inside the apps. He's going for the kill here, right? Not getting it. Zeus getting an opening, though. Vitality cannot throw this one out.
This is looking quite scary, actually, for Vitality. Apex, Zywoo, both set up on site, but they're already in. Flamey Tetris, Simple sight. And Flamey's caught Apex. That's a big brunt of the CT defense on A gone. No one in CT. That bomb could technically go down, but he has to cross. That's the problem at the moment. Bomb in the hands of Flamey, and he is, well, sandwiched in sandwich.
Super difficult situation for both teams to be in right now, because they're not sure whatever they push. That's the thing. What do you do without utility? Flamey has to go for the kill at some point. Simple have to be the backup player with the AVP. Oh, the boost is coming in. That was close, but Zywoo not able to connect. I feel that's a shot he would hit when he's in shape.
Yeah, but either way, that's a boatload of information. Zeus, though, gets the frag, and now Simple's there. Navi, they're managing to dig their way out of what looked like an impossible cross. All on Alex. We were singing his praises, but a 1v3 may be too tall of a task. Recovers the AWP, and he's out of there. They're going to be playing for overtime. They're conceding the 15th. And wow, the boost, it gives them so much information. Okay, 2 on sandwich, 1 on site. You have the information sorted.
But what are you doing with that information? That's the thing, right?
Dying with it.
Dying with it. There was not a lot of options for Vitality winning that round after he got spotted in jungle. And that was a smart play by Navi, not only boosting once, but the second time they boosted, you would anticipate that Vitality would no longer look towards that boost, and that's exactly what happened. Smart play by Navi, finding a way out of a tough situation. Once again, I can't help to feel that Vitality had a great chance of winning this one. They've had their opportunities to actually go for the W in this one, but once again, they come short when it comes to capitalize off the minor mistakes that Navi is making. Zeus, great shot right here. Simple in with the backup, as I spoke about. It's again, Navi are playing well right now. I wouldn't say Vitality is bad by no means, and obviously Simple is enjoying himself, and we like to see that.
Yeah, his little smirks when a round that they shouldn't win is won. I mean, of course, I take that with a pinch of salt. Certainly a well-won round by Navi, but he's got this cheeky attitude to what is otherwise an incredibly competitive and challenging game of Counter-Strike. Vitality have made Navi sweat, but that's their last timeout and potentially their last round.
Yeah, and we still haven't seen that aggression coming out of Vitality. I would love them to do it now. I would love them to throw a coil
CT
ball.
aggression?
CT aggression. Go up towards middle. See if you can gain mid control. Go in towards BF. See if you can gain control over that area and then be able to rotate. The biggest problem for Vitality is they've actually had a decent read on what's going on from Navi. They just haven't been able to position themselves into situations where they could take advantage of it. So despite knowing what's going on, they haven't been able to capitalize off it, and that's a big problem for Vitality.
The French in pursuit of overtime. Zywoo might have something to say, goes wide, he's got to worry about the trade, but Alex is there to keep him safe from short. That's good. Tiniest gap, I don't think he can even exploit that in the smokes, and that gives Navi some freedom, and Zeus knows it. Look at him, he's storming up short. Who's there to receive? It will be RPK and Alex, should they commit to B. The bomb moving from T-spawn, perhaps in that direction.
I do want to give some credit to Zeus right now. He's at 17 kills, as you can see, and I think he was at 4 after first half, so he's definitely been stepping up in this second half. And as we also talked about during the first half, it was not necessarily him playing bad, it was just the action going on another way. I have no idea what's going on right now.
So we are live right now, right?
You want that up? Nah, take it.
Warm-up antics, as Simple and Flamey can't seem to agree with who's going to be taking that AWP. Bogdan's Law, I believe it is. Flamey gifted it. And Vitality with steely eyes look to hold on to an A assault.
Once again able to save the smokes again, and that's such an annoying thing for Navi right now. They have to go through it, or they have to wait down to the very last second of the clock, and neither of those situations is to be preferred by Navi. So once again, Vitality is doing well. Alex pushing through the smoke here.
The timing.
No, but he heard him. He definitely heard him.
Yeah, there's no secret of Zeus's location anymore. The leg crunch as he misses what seemed to be the window strafe.
But is he going back towards B? Is this going to be a save?
This
is going to be a save now.
8 seconds. Yeah, they're just going to be keeping hold of this and giving Vitality the third. It makes sense. I mean, if you think logically, I suppose, just the one needed from Navi, and it didn't feel like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah? Jacob, you're not convinced by my makes sense statement, are you?
I'm just not sure why.
What was that round? I mean, I know you're supposed to be able to analyze, but can you explain any of that?
Yeah, I think it comes down to NBK once again saving that smoke towards A slope. Had he not thrown that smoke, they would have gone up and they would have went for the fights and potentially won the round. Now, that smoke coming down, they had to go through that, and that's definitely not a situation you want to be forced into. So Navi opting to save, I'm not sure if I agree with it. Yeah, but it's okay, you know, but this makes this round the key round. If Vitality is winning this one, Navi have no money leading into the 15-14 round. So the game could be decided right here, right now, and it looks like they want to go for an A go, Alex.
No smoke from NBK this time. Instead, it will be the AUG. Here they go, going wide. NBK passes the first test, but Zeus is there to punish. Apex and Zywoo primarily responsible for this defense at this point in time, at this juncture. Apex, he's going to hear the steps of Simple. Simple no longer flash, though, and that makes him all the more dangerous. Alex set up on CT, trying to draw fire that way. Backs are turned. Apex, this patience is surely not going to go well. What is this? Finally catches Simple, finally finishes the job onto Edward, and we can all start to breathe again as the 14th is found. That looked a I mean, if you lose a game off the back of that, Apex smiling now, he wouldn't be if that didn't get converted. My goodness, close.
Yeah, that was definitely not a comfortable seed right here by Apex. He's actually doing the right thing. For some reason, Navi decides not to check on the balcony. That's a big mistake on their behalf, but Apex taking full advantage of it, getting those 2 kills and securing the round, yelling and being happy. You can see it on his face right there. It's the excitement coming out of Apex, and you love to see it. Now, Navi are in deep, deep trouble. If you look at the money, none of them have more than 3,400, and that's only one guy, and the rest of them are left with 2,000 and 2,700. This is gonna be a low buy by Navi, and Vitality have a golden chance to get an OT into this one. And
that explains, of course, why Apex was so vocal, so loud, so proud after that victory. It may not have been the prettiest Counter-Strike, but it was a crucial round. Jacob set the scene saying we're going to OT if Navi don't convert. And look at this, look at the damage done. Vitality, by winning that round, have thrust Navi. Their chance to close it in regulation lies on Simple's AK.
It's gonna be fast mid-control for 2 guys. 3 guys towards A. It's gonna be a fast A split this one, Alex.
Apex puts some bullets through, actually gets some connection, some info. Nade starting to rain down towards A. And Apex and Alex are gonna be the first on the scene. Alex has already got 1. Flamey down in middle. That's gonna be enough. And it looks like OT. Just Simple, Electronic, and Zeus. 3 remain from Navi to try and make this too easy. easy. My goodness, Simple does make it look easy, but now NBK just on the edge of CT, it's enough. Deagle not going to connect. Zeus, last man standing. We're going to overtime. Vitality and Navi locked head-to-head, and a sigh of relief from Vitality. They had zero margin for error, staring down 15 for a while, but they overcome it. And it is time for an overtime.
And I think that's a deserved outcome of this matchup. I think in the beginning, both teams were playing well. I was praising Navi for actually playing up to some of the best Counter-Strike we see from them, especially on a map like Mirage. CT side was super, super fine. But on their T side, I mean, Vitality won, what was it, 7 out of the last 6 rounds? That was, sorry, 6 out of the last 7 rounds. And Navi didn't seem to have an answer for any of the stuff. It was very slow. It was, again, a situation where I feel Navi need a deeper playbook. They need something else to come up with. It can't be all just Simple or Electronic running up, getting the kills. And they didn't have anything to offer towards Vitality.
7 of the last 8. I've crunched the numbers. Went the way of Vitality. What a stabilization from the French. And in we go. No hesitation. ZywOo takes the fight in middle. Edward, no smoke, no flash, no nothing. Crossing and not counting on a very quick position from ZywOo. Nade looking good, and my goodness, a huge chunk of damage done to Navi. RPK, I think the man behind the nade. Oh, but Simple, perfect pre-aim. Catches RPK trying to mount onto the boxes. Keeps things level. Bomb's not there, and neither is Simple anymore. Starting to relocate. They're trying to draw those CTs out.
They're trying to spread them thin. Yeah, you can see the mid control once again have been gained by Navi, and that's a big problem for Vitality. They're left wondering what's going to happen now. It could be an A go, could be an B go, so how do we rotate accordingly? Smokes goes down, Simple gets another kill. Now it's all up to ZywOo. He needs 1 or 2 kills here.
Wasn't expecting that. That doesn't stop him fragging, and another one. Flamey gone. It's just Simple left, and of course he re-peeks into him. Now Simple's got a shot. 2 versus 2. He's got such an understanding. He knows Alex is there. Choosing to back away, though, because he realizes time is of the essence. Bomb retrieved by Electronic, and I think Simple, has he faked the runaway to catch a CT pushing up the middle? He didn't necessarily have plans for it, but Electronic will shut him down. And my goodness, 1 re-peek into Simple could cost you a round.
What a beautiful play by Simple. You question, was he doing that on purpose? And I assure you, he was. That was just beautiful Counter-Strike by individual Simple.
Apex has to gain this frag. He hasn't even hit a single bullet. Simple finds 4. Wow, that's what happens when you have the best player on your team. Sometimes the round happens. Simple happens. 4 frags.
That was just beautiful. I love the way that he faked the sound, as you said. He was faking that he was rotating towards B-Apps, because I was wondering, why are you doing that, Simple? You must have known he was there, but obviously he drawn him out. And that peak right there, RPK not necessarily needed to do that jump, but he couldn't really expect Simple to be there. Despite some great effort by ZywOo, he wasn't able to convert this one into a Vitality win. This is a problem, because you can see the money. This is 10K best of 3, so if you lose this one and you're Vitality, you're going to be left with an anti-EQ or a force buy into the last round. That's going to be a big problem for them, so they need this round desperately if they want any chance of converting this overtime into a win at least. Yeah, for anyone wondering why, perhaps you've watched other Counter-Strike, seen it at 16. This is the Valve MR3 overtime rule set, therefore 10K is given, which means if you do concede 2, you can find yourself running out of money on the 3rd. The economy exists very much here in overtime. Once again, Navi spreading out, playing it super slow, playing it super simple, making sure to have map control all over the place so they can work out a game plan from there. Again, Vitality is letting them do it, and you can say that the CT side, as you said, they won 7 out of 8 rounds, so keep doing what's working. That said, though, I would love, as I said a few times already, a curveball thrown into the mix, some aggressiveness coming out, trying to take map control, trying to change the pace, just to see if you can throw Navi off guard. It's not happening there, though. What is happening is a B-go coming in from Navi in a second. They have, what is it, 2 smokes, 2 Molotovs, so this is going to be tough on RPK and Alex. Hot potato, that is the bomb, from Edward to Simple to the back of Flamey. Alex in a good position here if RPK can bait for him. He's rotating away with him. Oh, the Pronax corner. Molotov's not going to get him, but Electronic's absolutely going to check it down to RPK, who's mowing him down. 2, nearly a 3. And now ZywOo and NBK locked in kitchen, and suddenly this round just feels impossible. But never mind, NBK. And now Flamey's naded Zeus. What is this? A disaster befalls them. Simple has to go 1v2, and ZywOo's going to close it out. I need to see that again. I cannot comprehend it.
A wallbang from NBK like no other. A team nade. Was he holding it? Was that the player that died with a nade in his hand?
It must have been. Yeah, Flamey went down and Flamey was killing him. So it must have been that Flamey had the nade.
Flamey had a nade and he kills Zeus with it. NBK with the 3 million IQ.
Yeah.
What? That's ridiculous. Welcome to 16-16. Okay, I'm going to take a seat. I did end up standing up by the end of that round. I apologize. Calming down. I think we might even get to see that again. So, through the wall, Flamey dies. Nade is loose. Kills his teammate.
Yeah, that's a little bit of an unlucky situation, isn't it?
Oh, Navi are going to be likely unfazed by that. I'm not going to make assumptions.
Oh, that was beautiful by NBK, going for that wallbang. That is just, you know, that's a skill right there. That's not lucky necessarily. He knows where to shoot, and he made the shot happen. Obviously, the nade thing, you can count that to be.
Don't think he was counting on that part of it.
Nah, probably not.
That's more kind of Matrix than it is Counter-Strike. Smokes onto A, but nothing to follow through.
Now it's basically a bait here from Navi, wanting to draw out the utility or draw out a rotation from Vitality. And then Electronic is working towards the B apps right here. RPK in a great position. This is what I talked about. Gain map control. RPK in this position means that they can rotate away from the B bomb site. They don't necessarily have to be two guys there, which makes the A defense much stronger. It's something we haven't seen at all from Vitality.
Simple. An uncharacteristic miss. Lucky to be alive. Thanking.
And look at the minimap right now, Alex. You can see RPK pushing in towards BFs. Finally, we get to see a round where Vitality actually is making a play that gives them the information that means they can rotate accordingly into the bomb site. It's great to see, and this should result in a win for them. They have to capitalize off it.
It is a double AWP. Retake would be awkward. They have to kill them now. But ZywOo flashed and fragged. He looks a little silly. Hoping NBK can do better. The French fans hold their breath. NBK knows there's one in Palace, but it's going to be down to Apex, actually, as he's going to catch 2. And that's enough. 17, Vitality 2, Navi 1 in this overtime.
And again, I cannot phrase it enough. RPK is the guy winning the round right here. His push towards the B apps gave them the info that nobody was coming towards B, which meant that Vitality, for the first time in this game, I feel, were able to rotate over towards the A bomb site and making sure that Navi wasn't able to get in and get the bomb plant. Beautiful play by Vitality. They got a little bit lucky with that NBK situation, but they were fully able to capitalize off it here in the third round in OT. This is a game that is completely open, Alex. I have no favorites going into the second half here.
Wide open. There's no doubt about it. And as you said, yes, the frags came from others, but RPK. That's such an interesting dynamic for B players, is this kind of this decision you have to make every round. It comes down to game sense, it comes down to comms. When do I push? Have I got enough information that I can start my push to give them more? It's ever the task the tank finds himself within, but at the moment, Electronic with some aggressive mid-hold. It's actually what Jacob wanted to see from Vitality, where you get it from Navi.
It's a great contrast to it, right? Navi feeling way more comfortable in their CT setups, going for the aggressive plays, and I like this. They're getting some information. That said, though, Vitality is currently just waiting for it, and I feel it has been a game that started out super, super fast, but both teams have managed to slow it down to a pace where both feel comfortable, and they're playing their own game right now, and that's a great character of both teams to be able to sort of put out the pace and force the other team to wait for them instead of making those aggressive plays. Sort of like when we often talk about the analysis desk as well, dictating the pace. You gotta have that ability to be able to slow the match down and make sure you play on your terms instead of the opponent's terms.
Admittedly, the CTs have left B bare. How much is being dictated by Vitality? A stack in middle, which means connector. There's so much information from Navi. It's either Palace or ramp. That's all they have to worry about. Late smoke. NBK just jumping with a nade in his hands. This is disastrous from the French. It's over. It's a clean sweep. Knock him down. Knock him dead. 17-17. Then Navi equalize in the first round of our second half of our overtime.
And that looks super easy, didn't it, Alex? It seemed like Navi had full control, knew exactly what was going to happen. Symbol was in position. Flamey was in position. All of the Navi guys had a good position to deal with that.
I want to see NBK. So what was... perhaps jumping across the corner so he's not spotted from stairs, I guess, is the mindset?
Yeah, if you don't jump, you die to an AVP in that position. So it was just a great positioning once again by Flamey. But as said, you know, it was a weird round for Vitality. No nades, no smokes, no nothing. They basically just hope that they win in there and win the duels.
And what's French for going in dry?
That's a good question. You find out how somebody treat you.
Let's find out how this round plays out. Closing in now, the magic number, let's not forget. 19. 2 consecutive rounds required from either to secure it here in this overtime. Don't forget we come back if they do draw. Nade from Zeus, comfortable, but he's paid a price for it. ZywOo.
He's starting to find some impact, right? He's been having a rough game so far, but he's starting to find some impact. This is a very valuable first frag. Obviously, they do not have mid control, but it seems to me like they're falling back and want to take that. Otherwise, it could be a simple B-go. We'll have to see what happens here.
I worry for Vitality every time they walk towards middle. It's so scary. Electronic and Simple are your CTs holding middle, but ZywOo's present, and he's coming to life in overtime. Another shot. 2 frags for Vitality, both from ZywOo. And Edward, his aggression on the CT side has been rewarded with an MBK, but that's info, and that's Apex coming from behind. He's got it. Now on the cross is RPK. He wins the duel versus Simple. And Vitality, this is looking like 18. Flamey on the other side of the map, no hope. And ZywOo opens this one up.
Isn't that just beautiful? A guy like ZywOo, he's a young prospect, he's been having a rough game, but he's still able to keep his cool in an OT game against Navi, finding 2 frags. First on Zeus, opening up the map for Vitality, and then after all, the refrag in mid on Electronic. That was beautiful done by ZywOo, and once again, Vitality is taking charge of this game, leading 18-17. This could end up being a Vitality win. And I think
1 round?
By 1 round.
And we all know there was 1 round where someone pulled a pin on a grenade.
Yeah, let's talk about that later, shall we?
I know, right? Analyst desk, so much talk about, and that is all ifs and buts. And I don't like either of those.
The good thing for Navi is they have one round, so they still have money going into this deciding round. You can see the money on your screen right here. Plenty of them to be bought up, big guns. It's going to be a full utility round. Again, how do you approach it? Are you going to be aggressive? Are you going to be defensive? Are you going to be proactive? Or are you going to be reactive? There's a lot of stuff going through the in-game leader's mind right now. And again, I like when Vitality is doing like they did right here. Put out ZywOo on the map, go for a peek somewhere, and then rotate back towards an area of the map they haven't been shown at. Go for it. Those 2 shots right there, that's beautiful Counter-Strike.
ZywOo, I think he just got 2 frags without seeing even a full head of either of his opponents.
If you're good enough, you don't have to.
That's incredible. Pinpoint precision from the young star. Final round, Navi looking to take us into our second overtime, or will Vitality triumph over a Natus Vincere that clearly has been doing their fair share of homework and preparation? They are not a team in disarray. Or if they are the epitome of thriving in the chaos.
Once again, Vitality opting for a very slow start to the round, making sure that nobody's pushing anywhere. You can see on the minimap, you have a guy towards the A-bomb side, making sure nobody pushes. You have Flamey going for the aggressive peek, not hitting it though, but it gives them a lot of information that you have an AVP towards the B-bomb side. That's why they comfortably can take middle now. Simple not having it though.
Yeah, comfortable's a strong word when Simple's in the server. Double. And I think a triple, my goodness. Oh baby, a triple. Simple is not going down easy. He wants a second overtime, and what Simple wants, he tends to get. 36 frags now for him. Lining up on RPK. Strange to see that one whistle past the beast.
What's going on here?
And hang on a second. Flamey catches RPK. It's all on ZywOo. 1 versus 3. This should be impossible. Simple surely done enough. 3 frags to his name in this round alone. Electronic, I think he is their contingency plan. Wait in Palace. Go wide when you hear the sound. ZywOo, process of elimination. Check your corners.
There should be no way he can win this, but I've seen it happen in FPL before. This kid is insane.
He has nades. That's a start. Smoke may ensure the plant. He's going to plant just on the edge of it. Electronic, will he reveal his location? It doesn't. And that's enough. Go wide, but Electronic shuts it down. We're going to another overtime. Simple secures that for his team. Spectacular hold of middle. I told you I get anxious. Every time I see the French on their T side walking towards middle, I get a little antsy, but we're going all the way.
Rightfully so. This guy on your screen right now, he's definitely stepping up to the occasion. Being the best player in the world right now, absolutely showcasing why he is so with the AWP. I did say that they could comfortably walk out middle. Obviously, I forgot the fact that the Simple was still alive and he was ready for it. That shot right there, that's beautiful. The second one as well. It's just the consistency coming out of Simple. I think we've seen ZywOo having the same position but missing a few times. But Simple, he just hits it.
What a spectacular sequence of frags from Simple. The premonition, he gets 2 immediately. Even as he's adjusting to look at Palace, he's jump peeking for info so he can get the fast peek with info. That's sexy Counter-Strike. And I'm sure that's no surprise to anyone watching at home that Simple delivers sexy Counter-Strike. 36 frags to him, next closest 27 from Flamey. Ooh, bit of an off angle. Maybe going for the jump. And does it comfortably.
Seems like Vitality once again is opting towards a B bomb side explosive right here. Saivu has brought up the orb again. Zeus learned from the mistake he did the earlier round, not going for the jump anymore. But this time around, it seems like the bomb is heading towards B as well. This is going to be a contact play towards B, and this could get very, very dangerous for Navi. 1 or 2 kills will need to be happening from the Navi side. Otherwise, it's going to be a GG in this round for them.
Simple. He's got his USP out. You have an orb down to 48. Doesn't hit the shot. Zywoo does, though. They're getting control of the site, but that's RPK gone. He shows an inch, and Simple takes it, but Alex is there for the trade. Orb gone, Star gone, bomb soon to be down, and that's Electronic charges through the smoke. Ambitious. NBK quick to quash. And now that's the end of the CTs. Edward, Flamey separated. Like, you're going to just try and catch a couple of the Vitality players on the exit if they can.
Love the approach by Vitality, going for the contact play towards the B bomb side. They haven't tried to capitalize off the fact that Zeus is playing towards that bomb side, and he has been struggling, especially on the CT side. The few times they have went there, he hasn't been able to be the difference maker, and this time around they were able to catch off Simple as well, which obviously is a great pick. This is going to be a consolidation prize for Edward, getting 1 frag, potentially 2 or 3 right here, but there's no need for the Vitality guys to go for it. They can just let it play out.
Oh my god, Edward. He's going to switch to another weapon. He might even find another one. It's a massacre. That could come back to haunt Vitality. It's the round 1, but it's not really going to get too much in favor of Navi. There is plenty of money with the win in the bag. That 10k starting money, this is all assumptions, Jacob, but I'm seeing a smile and a nod, so I'm hoping that you agree with me. Not too much to write home about with the exits.
I always agree with you, Alex.
That's absolutely not true.
True. Definitely true.
RPK, the RuneScape killer. Not so sure about that one. I think this man does 2 things.
See how Vitality have changed the pace now. They're going for the executes, they're going for the contact plays, they're done taking the mid control, they're done making the same mistakes they did throughout the first half on their T sides. They're going for the duels, they're going for the contact plays, and I think that's a great call. It's what's been working for them so far.
3 CTs to receive them, though. They have to win the duels. Alex looks like he's going to be the spearhead of this assault. Smoke keeps him at bay for now, but it does enable him to get into a very comfortable position as soon as it starts to fade. So Flamey and Sandwich. Edward going to deploy a second smoke, trying to keep them at bay, but now the smoke's coming in. That's it. The jig is up. They know where they're coming. It's now down to the execution. NBK's already taken Edward out, but look at this from Flamey. I think that patience is definitely paying dividends. He's got 2, 3, and not the 4th. It's Simple responsible for that one. A quick round, but Navi hold fast.
And once again, Navi is reading it perfectly fine. They know Vitality have had no success taking mid control. They know that there was no mid presence at all. So instantly they're thinking to themselves, all right, this is going to be another contact play, either towards A or towards B. And I think it's just Zeus making the call that this is going to be towards A. So they're stacking 3 guys towards A. Flamey in a position to deal with it from sandwich area, getting 3 kills. Once again, this is not something that reflects on Zeus' scoreboard, but I'm sure that is his call coming into this round, making sure that they're stacking towards A. And in the end, you got to give credit to Zeus for making those reads.
Sure, double overtime, Simple. Still closing in on 40 frags.
Yeah, he's pretty good, isn't he?
Yeah, he's all right. Looks like it might even be quite a similar call from Vitality. Who is that in? It's Apex in Palace. And they're just walking out. Look at this. It's so quiet. Navi aren't ready for this. Alex, he's charging it, taking a leaf out of Apex's book. He's through. Looking towards CT, he knows Electronic always plays there. Where's that stairs presence? At the moment, it's smoked off, and the molly's going to land on Edward's toes. But Electronic, how does he do that from CT? Catches 2. Alex and Zywoo, the 2 main prominent members of this attack, now taken down. NBK's going to try and get the bomb down, but Electronic again, he doesn't even need to see them. He's still fragging. This should be the 20th for Navi, unless RPK can do something ridiculous. Edward ensures he can't. And that's it. 20 for Navi. Electronic, I need to see that again from his POV. I think I wouldn't be surprised if they were all through smoke. Yeah. I know the last one was.
I think he jumped up maybe in towards CT spawn and could maybe see a shadow of the other guys. You can get to see right here.
Oh my goodness, and the 3rd too.
This is beautiful by Electronic. Once again, Vitality making the right play though. They're going for the contact play towards A. Alex getting all the way up, getting the entry frag. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get control over A bomb side. The thing is, when you go up towards A and you can't control CT spawn, you can't control stairs, you can't control jungle, you may have the site, but you don't have anywhere to disappear, and that's exactly the problem for Vitality in this scenario. despite having the first frag, they're coming up, they're gaining control, but Electronic is able to deny the bomb plant. And when those smokes goes out, you're messed up. You have an angle from short, you have an angle from jungle, you have an angle from CT spawn. All you have to take care of, and that's literally impossible if you're Vitality. So despite making the right call, it just didn't work out this time again. Kudos to Navi for dealing with it well.
If you've just joined this chaos, it is a nail-biting affair between Vitality and Navi. ZywOo versus Simple. It is a tale for the ages. At the moment, though, Vitality have been truly struggling to keep the Navi T-side caged. Admittedly, Electronic just killed 3 of them through the smoke, but Jacob's been happy with how the French have been approaching their CT side. Or rather, their T side, now finding themselves on the defense. First round of our second overtime, first to 22. And ZywOo doesn't need to do anything because the bomb is in his sights. Hold fast. Simple, potentially to challenge. It's unlikely. Here he comes. ZywOo takes the head off Simple. And that is huge, looking for 20.
And I love this from Vitality, once again contesting this mid-control. I was asking for it, I was almost begging for it during the duration of the ordinary game. Try to control, try to approach, try to be a little bit more aggressive, and they're doing it right here, not giving Navi any space to work with. And that is just beautiful. Again, Flash is being thrown in towards middle. Flamey taking out Alex, but he's left to his lonesome 1 against 4 Alex. I don't think he's gonna win this, and that's off the back of another great approach by Vitality. This time around, though, they're getting the round win, and it actually means something on the scoreboard.
It's just so effective, that window strafe to quick line of sight on short. It's not the easiest jump in the world. Certainly not for me, of course. Pinch of salt, these guys are paid to play this video game.
So should you be.
But doing it so gracefully, so quickly, so calmly, your first major, anticipation high for your performance. ZywOo, no worries. Got the important early frag on Simple. And that is going to be the 20th. Equalize now as we enter into our second half of our second overtime.
He is getting more and more impact, ZywOo. He started out very slow, as we talked about. He is a player, right, that thrives well, apparently, when he's not having a good game. You see often, and I've had teammates like that as well, if you have a bad start to a game, and I think Dupree from Astralis actually is a great example of that. When he has a bad game, a bad start to a game, he often slows down and becomes irrelevant in the game. He does not have that second gear, so to speak, to speed it up and get back into it. Whereas ZywOo, being this young kid, playing at his first major ever, he seems to be unaffected by a bad start.
Simple. That's a bad start in the round. He knows where Apex is. He's desperately trying to line up the wallbang. The smoke will guise Apex's retreat should he choose to. But Simple, he took quite the beating in trying to contest mid-control, but they've got it. There's no doubt about it. Perhaps Alex may want to re-aggress, but at the moment they find themselves very comfortable at the top of middle. Lining up a re-smoke for window is Electronic. See how they choose to get this one. It's almost like they're trying to catch that re-aggression you were praising from Vitality.
Yeah, and Vitality are smart enough not to do it this time around. So it's a game of chess right now. Both teams obviously have played 40 rounds in this game, so it's tough to come up with something new. But it seems like both teams have an idea of what they want to do. Simple has an idea over here, but Alex is not showing himself. There's a box between them, don't worry.
Yeah, if you are a new viewer, hi Mum. She always asks me, can they see what we're seeing? No, this is what they can see. That X-ray is just a luxury for me and you guys at home. That's info though. Sees Alex cross.
Look at the time and look at the utility. Alex still have a Molotov, still a smoke. Same goes for RPK, still a Molotov. Plenty of utility for the Vitality guys to hold this one off.
See how they choose to hold it. Looks like the connector is going to be their port of call. NBK, he's starting to hear it. He's starting to know it, and that's a big frag. Simple gone. Unable to find more though. ZywOo and Apex are going to be the first on the scene. 1 jungle, 1 CT. Bomb going down, can you get the wall bang? You can't just yet, not the plant he was looking for. But with an Electronic, they have got the odds stacked against them. Just Electronic now. ZywOo did go down to him. He'd need to find another 3. Checking towards RPK's position, finds him. Bomb's down, the CTs have to come to him. He can lie and wait, he can take these jewels, and jewels he will get. Alex leaping from the floor and descends with a successful frag on the AUG. That's another round for Vitality. 21, 1 away. from the French securing this victory. It has been hard-earned for whoever closes this one out.
Definitely, and I feel ever since Vitality were able to make the comeback in the second half, forcing this one into OT, they've been the team in charge. I feel they're one step ahead of Navi right now. Navi, again, approaching the same style they did in the original game. Very slow, very methodical, trying to create the space and waiting for the mistakes. This time around, though, Vitality is not giving an inch. They're just waiting for them. They save their utility. I was trying to point it out in the round as well. The fact that they're able to keep on their smokes, keep on their Molotovs as well, helps them so much in order to stop Navi from doing those late executes.
Well, there's nothing late about what they're doing in middle. This is quick, and this is fast. Simple, gone again. I feel like history's repeating himself. Once again, ZywOo, entry frag, Simple, gone. Navi need to win this to take us to another overtime. To survive, they have to do it without Simple. Many would say it's impossible. Electronic may say otherwise.
Once again, ZywOo finding impact, big impact, removing Simple from the server. As you said, this is all down to the 4 guys of Navi right now. They need to do something spectacular. And if there's one thing they haven't been good at, it's playing from behind. That said, though...
Walk past Apex. They are next to each other. Electronic, one of their few opportunities to secure this win, taken away from them by an unchecked corner. Perhaps playing with the smoke, admittedly, but Apex... he's going to have had a smirk on his face after that one. Now, all Vitality have to do is play it safe. Apex caught out by a Zeus walking out connector. That's going to leave many analysts baffled.
Including me.
And now Edward's got one onto ZywOo. Surely not another overtime. Vitality had done enough. Now NPK gets info, but pressure mounted. He has to hit this wallbang. He's spinning to win. The Beyblade not quite going to connect today. As Flamey finds RPK, it's actually happening. Vitality having this ripped from them, one frag at a time. NPK still hasn't moved from CT, and now all of his teammates gone. That's a shot, and that's a smoke. As Molotov, he hasn't got any life left. Flamey takes us to a sigh of relief on his face, but my goodness, against all odds, Natus Vincere take us to another one.
I don't even know what to say right there. So many mistakes being displayed by Vitality in the matter of seconds. I don't know why Apex was so unaware that he could be in connection. I don't know why the second guy from Vitality were opting to fight. All they had to do, 5 versus 3, the bomb is in middle, it's isolated. Navi have no control over anything besides middle. Fall back, defend the bomb sites. It is Counter-Strike 101. For some reason, Vitality just got caught off guard, and that was not beautiful. That was the big chance of taking the win.
I don't think they get another one of those. They don't get another round where ZywOo was open on Simple, and Apex has had Electronic walk past him and shoot him in the back of the head. Those rounds don't happen twice.
No.
That was exactly what Vitality desired to close this one out and to be 2-0 here at the Legend stage of the Major. One win away, of course, from the champions.
And trust me, Vitality knows there was a big opportunity. They just let slip out of their hands.
They've got to stabilize.
They gotta.
Stop that argument. You know, like, you have to shut everyone up if you're NBK and say no. Focus up. They're coming
now.
NBK, actually speaking of the devil, doesn't quite connect, and neither does ZywOo. Going wide, they're going to start to swarm. Apex throwing his own smoke, hoping to push through it, and he does. Drops into Sandwich, and now the crossfire established. This re-aggression on the CT side isn't going to get them far, Jacob, because, my goodness, they're just leaving Simple.
I love this play from Navi. Anticipating it's going to be a fast round, getting the first frag, and then slowing down completely. No Vitality is over-rotating, knowing Vitality is spending all the utility in order to defend the bomb site that they've been struggling so much with defending throughout the game. Look at the position right now from Navi. They have B control, they have a Simple in towards A apps, they still have a guy towards A slope, and they have 2 guys underground crawling up to do another A split, which is exactly what Navi have done throughout this entire game, which is the one thing Vitality haven't been able to cope with. This A split is going to be another one from Navi, and I do not see Vitality winning this one unless Apex does another miracle round.
Simple's been in pallet for 40 seconds, but ZywOo catches Zeus. They may have worked this one out. Have they solved the riddle? Bomb loose on ramp. Apex, surely cognizant of Simple's position, does punish him. Great work from the French here, as Electronic left with just 28 points of health. Sure, he has the bomb, but I don't think he has the time nor the resources to close this one out, and Vitality do seem to not be too phased by what felt like a squandered win opportunity.
Nah, I mean, I guess I'll just shut up, basically, and not say anything at any point.
No, that's the first time you said it. This has been something that Vitality have struggled with throughout regulation.
They really have. The problem this time around, though, Navi did it drying. coming into the bomb site. No smokes, no flashes, no utility. One by one, walking into the aim of Apex and walking into the crosshair of Saibu. It's not well played right here by Navi. They had the position to make gold out of this, but they ended up with nothing. And that was a big problem in this round for Navi. Once again, interested to see what pace they're coming out with. They're going for the mid-controller field, smoking window off, and again, fast-paced by Navi, at least by the looks of it.
I think Alex is going to be contesting, or at least he's charging towards short fast. He has to provide something, but smoked off by the T's. Navi forcing Alex into the B site, but that might work out for them because a slow walk, a stroll from Electronic and Zeus. Not sure if it's a leisurely one though, because there's flames involved. Molotov. Oh, and Simple's shot. That's plenty to start pooling some resources towards B. RPK likely making the call. Zywoo put into position, set up. And oh no, he hears the steps, he knows the rotate. Edward is being a sneaky beaver. Alex put a cursory glance, wasn't enough. Apex goes down, Edward the lurk. Hasn't been said too often in RV games, but he's doing it, and he's doing it well. Alex punished on the reaggress. What is going on? Bomb's still in middle. Navi can come back to A. It's not wide open, admittedly. NBK still CT, but that's predictable. And then BK's managed to catch Zeus. Zywoo's nade landed on top of Edward suddenly. It's down to 3 versus 3 and Flamey. Spectacular precision from him on the move. And he's got another one. 2 shots, 2 clicks, 2 kills, and RPK. He's really got a whole lot ahead of him.
Question is, can he do it? Navi is in a great position to deal with it. A lot of angles he needs to check, and it looks like he's just going down to Electronic. Once again, Navi taking advantage of the connector area. Edward able to sneak up, getting into jungle, backstep, and effectively win the round for Navi by getting their kill. You instantly see the rotation coming out of Navi. They were actually getting ready for a B hit, but as soon as Edward went up into jungle, got the kill, they all rotated back, and they were able to capitalize and win the round. Again, Navi, this slow pace of Counter-Strike. Sometimes it looks silly, sometimes it looks stupid because you're always driving down the clock. Other times you see times like these happens where Edward gets into a golden position where one kill is effectively deciding the entire round.
Navi just force you to worry about so many different parts of the map that you end up leaving gaps.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting to watch it unfold. They're pulling on the strings, pulling on the CTs, forcing them to worry about things, but I certainly am worried about Edward because he's about to meet Zywoo. Quick aggression up mid. Now, he didn't see anything else. Perhaps gonna make the call at mid clear, and Apex's angle is quite indicative of that. You can see him now, quite aggro. Wide open to the top of middle, but now descending into underpass. This could be spicy, Jacob.
I love it. I love it. Once again, taking charge of the game. He's probably... No, he's going down to Zeus. Very great awareness right there by Zeus. Once again, showing why he is still a great player. Re-aggression coming in from Alex here, trying to gain some map control. Rotating away, though. I like the idea from Vitality. Again, Navi, though, they're good at dealing with it. I think that's been the storyline for this game. Both teams making a lot of good decisions, but also both teams are good at coping with whatever's coming at them right now. Navi, again, opting towards a B go, and I think that's the right call right here. You have 2 guys at short right now. It's going to be super tough for Vitality to do anything for them to hold on to this bomb site.
I really like boosting Alex up here, because not only do you have connector covered, but you're only a stone's throw away from keeping B on lock, and that's exactly what's needed of them. Alex has to get that AWP into a good position. He can't just get one here. He can't get none, that's for sure. And already they start to surge forward. Alex not giving him any options, and Zywoo's going to have to do enough. Just the one onto Zeus. Bomb. For some reason not down yet. Flamey's finally going to get it down, but it's a 2v2. One on truck, one dinked. My goodness, Flamey, 2 HP. The call's made. You can see the pistol switch, but Simple too quick. And now 23. My God, I'm losing track. 25, I believe, the magic number here.
Yes, sir, indeed. And again, Navi playing it slow, playing it controlled, and getting the absolute most out of it. You saw Alex being caught a little bit off guard together with RPK, I believe it was. Again, he needs to hit that first shot. Had he hit that one, there was a chance for them to win the round, but it comes down to those split-second decisions. It comes down to those narrow moments where a missed shot can determine an entire game. And once again, Navi, I do want to praise both teams. I think they're giving us a great game. Sometimes when you see overtime games, it's games where you think to yourself, all right, neither of these teams are playing well right now. It's a messy brand of Counter-Strike, so to speak, but I do feel that both are not playing the best Counter-Strike we're seeing.
We're seeing mistakes, that's for sure.
We're seeing mistakes, but it's competitive, right? It's down to the narrow, and it's not necessarily weird mistakes or mistakes that you shouldn't see happen on this level.
Everyone makes mistakes. No doubt about that. But Simple probably makes the fewest. 39 now. 39 non-mistakes. That's what we'll call them.
Let's do it.
As once again, Navi just lie in wait. It's Vitality's turn. As the sides have swapped. Show us what they're made of. Apex.
It's definitely not Apex walking around right there. Is trying to go for some map control. Again, I like Navi. They're not giving Vitality any chance of getting a first pick, and you have seen Vitality struggle whenever Cyber has not been able to get the impact with the AVP. So giving them space is not necessarily a bad thing.
Who is that? That's Electronic. Once again, smoke up. Electronic's putting bullets through it, and they're connecting. Flame's responsibility is short. Likely going to be a boost here. They're talking about it. Zywo and Alex, a flash will do. Perfect work. The flash from middle, it came from Apex. Now Simple left to keep the B sites safe. The bomb not necessarily committed to it yet, but they're talking about it. Zywo does have the bomb, but also responsible for connector at this period of time. Edward, he's going to give him the fight. Zywo, patience is rewarded. Apex 2. Vitality, things are starting to, I was going to say shape up, but they're starting to fight the one man who's been hitting every shot they've given him. Again, Electronic has an opportunity. 18 seconds. He stops that plan a couple of times. He starts hitting shots like that. This can just get ripped apart from the French. Oh no, the plant's good. It looks like Zywo's going to be caught out. They don't have time. RPK can't get to the site. And just like that, one decision, 1 second too late, and RPK is even Simple has the audacity to challenge. That's going to be a big one. Electronic tested here in our, what is now, third overtime?
Third overtime. What a shot by Electronic he hit there in the last seconds of that round. That was definitely what decided the round into Navi's favor. Once again, Vitality having a golden chance of winning that one. It was a 4 versus 2, I believe. Not able to capitalize off it again. They had Electronic pinched down in towards CT spawn, yet not able to capitalize off it. You do not get any bigger chance of that. I feel that gotta be the story for Vitality should they end up losing. They had the chance, Alex, but they weren't able to capitalize.
This is quite the turn of events. Electronic and Simple, I mean, who better to be left alone for the clutch? And from either ends of the map as well, Jacob. We had Simple was on B, Electronic is on CT, and 3 members of Vitality are unable to A, get the bomb down, B, frag out.
It was definitely not pretty.
That's tough. Zeus is getting quite aggro quite quick. Minute 20 still on the clock, and he's all the way up apps.
I love this. Simple backing him up towards the B bomb side, spotting him with the AVP in towards the B apps, making sure that Zeus can go up, be aggressive, and now have map control. And you can instantly see the rotation coming in from Navi. 3 guys towards A, Simple towards short. This is going to be tough for Vitality.
They've got to hold Simple back. He fires the warning shot, starts to back away on his own. Molotov will keep him at bay for a moment. This is it. Margin for error gone. All on Vitality. And the decisions they make in this round alone, in these seconds alone. 45 of them remain. Apex is gonna find at least one. No, he's not. Should have been an easy one. Not quite looking sharp. Edward, however, is. RPK catches him out. Now aggression. Jewel from Electronic. How is he so quick? How does he even do any damage to RPK? Never mind get away alive. Zywo amends that. 3 versus 3 now. He's exposed just a little bit. Simple goes through the smoke. They were counting on that. That's not a wall. Alex, in the meantime, finds Simple. 2v2. Zeus coming from behind. RPK's not going to be expecting that. That's going to be a problem. And that's the end of that. Natus Vinci.